I just am not too smart
There we
there.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Can I get a confirmation? Libby, do you see the King Quest slide?
Yeah, I do see it. It's not in slideshow mode right now, but it's there.
No problem. I'll fix that. Thank you. Okay, we've got our high contrast Cane Quest Braille Institute logo with a folding cane on the left-hand side, which is kind of abstract and multicolored. For our event details, we are planning on holding a Cane Quest this year on April 26, 2025. It is open to blind and low vision third through sixth graders who use a long white cane. And that's just that younger group. So if you've done a Cane Quest before, usually there are two other groups that participate that are older, I believe 7th through 9th, and then 10th through 12th graders. This one's going to be a light version and just 3rd through 6th graders. It's going to be at Washington State School for the Blind, mostly in the old main building. Libby's going to talk to us a little bit about the route and the other areas. And then the time for the actual event is 1 to 4:30, where we have family friendly events throughout the time of the competition for those contestants. But we are asking volunteers to come at 11 o'clock, and that will be an 11 o'clock training with a box lunch provided. All right, this is where we are. We currently have 14 volunteers. So we are doing really good on volunteers. And 9 of our volunteers are O&M specialists. So the reason why that is important is that some of our different stations and tasks that contestants will be asked to demonstrate need to have an O&M specialist there grading them or evaluating them to give them their full amount of points. And at those stations, they will have the opportunity to earn up to 4 quarters at each station. If they do some of that O&M task, they could earn 1 to 3 quarters, or maybe just 1 quarter. But 4 quarters is the kind of like the A plus. And we need those O&M specialists there to evaluate that. So where we need help is in the contestant range. Our contestant applications are due on March 10th. That's going to be here before you know it, right before PNW AER. And right now we have 3 contestants. We have 2 fifth graders and 1 fourth grader. So if you know of a possible contestant, we would love to invite you to get that application to them. And when I send this video out, I will send out the link for that. We will have siblings will be invited to come. We don't have a head count on that yet, but we'll have some activities. And we don't have this set in stone just yet, but I do believe we are going to have some guide dogs at our event, some puppies for contestants and siblings to interact with, and some other fun things. So our schedule at a glance. We have volunteers coming from 10 to 1, and then our volunteers, contestants, and families. We're going to have our registration right at 1 o'clock, and then 1:30 to 3:30. We're going to have our competition. So while the students are around the building and outdoors, performing those different and demonstrating those different O&M tasks, we will have activities for the siblings and parents. From 3:45 to 4:15, we're going to have a shopping activity. This is an activity where contestants get to turn in their quarters for dollar bills or $5 bills or $10 bills, depending on how much money they earn at each station and all the stations. And then they will be able to go into like a mock store. And we're really excited that we're going to have some access technology specialists there and really think about how each individual student might have the best shopping experience, and that might be some um, barcode readers, that might be using an iPhone to magnify the price. So we will thoughtfully tailor that to each of the students. And from 4:15 to 4:30, we're going to say our goodbyes and have a little bit of a conclusion there. All right, we have station overview, and I'm going to hand this to Libby.
Alrighty. So for our first station, we are going to have it be on the first floor of Old Main, and it will be going through the boardroom door, doing human guide through the door. Our next stations will be inside the boardroom, and it will be divided either grades 3 to 4 will be focusing on laterality, or grades 5 to 6 will be focusing on cardinal directions. Next, we have using the stairs next to the boardroom door to go to the second floor. We will be going up the stairs. And once we arrive up the stairs and finish that station, then we will be completing a station called Dropped Objects, and that will be in Jessica and Pam's office or the outreach office of the second floor. Following that, we will have Narrow Passage Station, which will be in the south hallway on the side of Freeze. And then inside the Freeze auditorium, we will have About Face with a human guide. Next, we will use all hallways on the second floor. It's kind of like a U shape if you were to think about it. And we will be doing touch and drag there. And then we will make our way down the stairs, which is our next station. And we will use the west stairs to the first floor, so the same stairs that we used to go up. And then we will get to go outside and go around the block. And we will be using the square that is cemented in the middle of our campus around the track. And after that station, we will follow around back, and we will be doing protective technique. And then we will go up a stairwell that not a lot of people use in Old Main, but that will give us access to the next station, which will be standing in line to use an appropriate personal space. And they'll be standing in line to be filling up a water bottle. So those are two different stations that we'll have there on the northeast diagonal hallway side of Old Main, kind of close to where the cafeteria is. And so after they are done with that, then we will head to the cafeteria where we will locate a chair and table, and we will finish up Cane Quest with writing a letter with a teammate in the cafeteria as well. So those are our stations, and we look forward to embarking upon each one, and it should be a fun event.
Awesome, Libby. Thanks for all your hard work on that.
I love how it could like it's a typical day. Like these could very much be one after the other of parts of your day at school or
Thank you for that feedback. We tried to make it like align well so it felt natural flowing.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Leslie. And of course, like we are, still in the planning phases, so we appreciate any feedback, that you might or perspective that you might have. Sarah, do you want to talk a little bit about prizes or like how prizes and shopping works?
Sure. I love talking about shopping. So the Explorer, well, I guess it's not the Explorer store. So the store that we will have at this event is not going to be accessible because normally we want it to be a realistic experience of what students would have if they went to go buy something from someone else at a small store. Um, so we are going to be able to have options for them to use technology, and also we could teach them how to fold money. Um, and we'll have different, we'll have O&M specialists and people there to kind of talk them through, how they would go about going into a store where they maybe can't see the prices, or they're not sure what the objects are, how to interact with the person that's checking them out. So kind of walk them through that process. I will. Oh, Donna's here. So I'll just read the prices that I have on hand. We will be purchasing more, but we have pop tubes, we have Barbies. Let's see, what else do we have? We have bracelets, we have whoopee cushions. I have lots of Braille books, although usually kids leave my books on the table and buy the whoopee cushions. I have Hot Wheels. We have Uno decks. Let's see what else. We have like a Braille keychain. I think that's from APH, if anyone's seen that. I have an ASL I Love You Pop-It keychain. And a few other things, but we will also be purchasing other items.
I can get a couple of things,
Oh, that would be
I
great,
think, yeah.
Leslie.
That would be awesome.
but
Yeah.
things like that small, things like that. I've got like little headphones, that I could easily get.
And I'm so sorry, Sarah. I stepped away for just a second to grab the fanny pack. It's in my hand. It's a unisex like fanny pack or crossbody. So each child or each contestant will get one of these at the beginning of the competition as well. And we'll carry these from station to station so that they will have somewhere to put their quarters in. And we're kind of working out the logistics, but we think we might even have stations along the way where they can trade out their quarters for dollars. So, and this is the part I don't know if I missed, Sarah, but like how much the categories for how much the categories for spending. Sorry.
I didn't go that in depth,
Okay.
but yeah, we will have different, prices for different items. I think the categories will be like $1 items, $5 items, 10 and 15. So that's great because then they have to really, make some choices as far as what they really want to work towards.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I think, does anyone have questions about the store? No.
Leslie, I will get you in touch with Annie Stockton. She's our outreach donation procurement guru.
Ah, gotcha.
All right. Sarah, do you want to talk a little bit about possible support for families?
So for youth that are 13 and under, which for this event will be everyone, there is a little bit of financial support for youth for families that need help transporting to the events. Sorry. So for those youth, I think what's really important to say is that I need to get them signed up with the Department of Services for the Blind because that's where we will be pulling that funding from. That program is free and it usually takes about 10 minutes or less for families to sign up. And then they start talking to me and we're on the phone for 45, but the sign up process is very simple. So after they sign up, then we need to set them up so that the state can reimburse them for travel. That could take a few weeks because it's the state. So that could take a few weeks. So really, if families need funding for travel, please encourage them to reach out as soon as possible so that we can get that process started. That's really the gist of it.
This is great, Sarah. I know for advocacy, families were able to take advantage of the support and it made the difference of being able to attend or not. We're really grateful that this event is a little shorter than that full day advocacy event. This is just a half day event. So, but families might come from further away and need that support. So we are really grateful for you to be able to provide that. But what I'm hearing from you is that time is of the essence. We need to
Yeah.
probably get moving. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. There's some important links. I've got a link up here to the parent permission, the volunteer application, and also the website link. So when I send this recording out, I'll make sure that those links are attached there for anybody to click on. Our parent permission, that's the one that's due on March 10th. Volunteer applications. Yes, we're sitting really well right now with volunteers, but please, if you are at all interested, we'd love to have you come. The more support that we have, the more that we're going to be able to give really tailored one-on-one, valuable experiences to the contestants and to the families. And then there's another form, and it's not listed on here because it only populates once the parent permission slip comes in, and that is for the O&M specialist to fill out. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, I had one O&M specialist, reach back out and say, "Gosh, I need to revisit some of this." So, the O&M specialist is providing some really detailed information and evaluating on a Likert scale of 1 to 4, like where students are with their protective techniques, where are they with their cane techniques, where are they with their just basic travel techniques. And so the cool thing about that is that you kind of have a starting point, and then we will be able to compare that to how the students demonstrate their skills during the event. And hopefully there will be a next year, and there will be an opportunity to see that growth as you work on these different skills with your students throughout the year.
I want to say something specifically about volunteers. I think it's really important because we do have stations and kids are going to be going through those stations, but I think it's just as important to support the families who maybe have not seen this process and these techniques, and they can ask questions and really get that parent education so that, so that they can reinforce some of these skills.
Thanks, Sarah, for sure.
Yeah.
We have our contact information up here. Jessica, that's me, jessica.chandler@wssb.wa.gov. Libby Ellis, our station supervisor. Libby, Libby .Ellis, ELLIS @wssb.wa.gov. And last but not least, Sarah Logston, and that's sarah.logston, LOGSTON, @dsb.wa.gov, and that's Sarah with no H. And I will put that contact information in the email that goes out as well. And now I just want to open it up in case there are any questions. We are going to have every other week drop-ins with hopefully a link that works every time. And that will be from this point forward. So our next time, I think, is the 27th. And they will always be on Thursday at 3:30. So this will be every other week, all throughout February and March. And then once we get to April, we'll offer these weekly, every Thursday from 3 to 3:30. And I know a couple folks joined a little bit late. Do you guys have any questions? We are okay to repeat things or address any questions that you might have.
I want to do the cardinal directions.
You want to do them?
Yeah.
Okay. Libby.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
I got to look to see if that's one. We may need you for something else.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean you can be a TVI or a CVRT or support staff, but I feel like we have so many volunteers. One touch and drag has to be O&M. Is that the only one, Libby?
That was, yeah, the only one listed.
Wild. Okay.
That is
Yes.
funny.
Cardinal directions are all yours, Leslie.
Okay. I am O&M too, but that's fine.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you could,
That's interesting what they decide. Kane specific skills are O&M, I guess.
well, and I guess because that's the only one I mean, that's silly, honestly, because what about stairs up? Like,
Yeah, that would be the one I would be
O&M.
most concerned about.
Yeah. You see what happens when you come to a drop-in? You get
Yeah.
to claim your stake on what
Mm,
station
there you go.
you want it. Any other questions? All right. Well, I will send a follow-up email out on Eve with this recording. And I just thank everybody for coming, and sorry there was a little bit of a issue with the link.
It happens. Zoom is finicky.